Hello, hello. Welcome to my page. If you're looking for a quick and easy breakfast, a quick and easy snack in the afternoon, honestly, you could even make this for dinner or lunch. It's a great sweet snack, but full of nutrients, protein, fiber to help keep you satiated. And this is such a nice warming snack that you can have in the fall as we move into our fall season. So the best part, it balances, it supports those pesky hormones. So I know this, I'm a 51-year-old mama of 3. If you're new to my page, my name's Kristen Tinker. I'm a certified nutritional health coach, and I'm going to show you some of the tips and tricks, some of the easy upgrades that I show all of my clients, my members, my Infinity Health 365 membership group to do every day so that you have effective weight loss, so you have supportive hormones, so that you have great energy, better sleep, feeling your personal best. All right, so let's take a look at this. This takes only about 5 minutes to make, you guys. So when we think about meal prep, we think this is some big elaborate production. I'm going to tell you it's not. When we're working to have better eating habits, it's just easy upgrades, you guys, that take minutes to put together. So this is a homemade cherry almond granola, and it has easy ingredients that you should have in your healthy kitchen, and you're just going to throw them together and put it in the oven for about 30 minutes. So you could do this in the morning, evening, weekends, anytime. Your kids could even help you to do this. And it only requires 1 bowl, 1 pan, and 1 knife. That's it. So super simple, super easy, and really economical. And if you've shopped the cereal aisle, and I'm going to start chopping, I've got some Brazil nuts. So we're going to start with those. This is a Brazil nut. You can buy these in bulk at your grocery store. And so all we're going to do is chop these. So if you've been shopping the cereal aisle lately, you know that most cereals are deceivingly not healthy. In fact, they are, I would venture to say, unhealthy because they are mostly packed with sugar. They are sugar in disguise. So if you're with me live, and if you have seen your cereal aisle lately, if you've been looking at the ingredients, you know that they're not usually full of wholesome 100% whole grains, and they are mostly full of sugar, which derails your health. Okay, so chop those Brazil nuts. And by the way, this recipe is going to be in this Sunday's Health Made Easy publication. That's my newsletter that goes out every Sunday morning. So if you are not on that list, you need to join today. I give you tips, tricks, recipes for better eating every single day. So put your Brazil nuts in the bowl, and hopefully you can see this. And you're just going to dump everything in the bowl. Now you could process these in a food processor. You really don't need to do that. That's just an extra gadget that creates more time, more washing, more effort. And I'm not into that. I'm too busy for all that stuff. All right, next we're going to take our pecans. We're just going to toss those in. So now we've got Brazil nuts and pecans. And if you have a few, you can get them already chopped. But if they are needing to be broken up, honestly, I don't even chop them with a knife. Like, who needs to do that, you guys? No one. So you're just going to break those up with your fingers with the few that didn't get completely broken up. But honestly, you really want to have some different size pieces, because when we bake this, this is going to make a nice crunchy granola. You could put this on your yogurt. You could put this, you can just snack on it, or you could put it with some milk or some non-dairy milk. And it is high in protein. It is high in fiber. For my mamas, it also has all the right nuts and seeds that help balance your hormones, like flax seed, like pumpkin seed, and Brazil nuts. So this is perfect for the fall. Okay, so we've got Brazil nuts, we've got our pecans. Now we're going to put in our pumpkin seeds. So that's next. I mean, look at this, you guys. It's just dump and go. Super easy. And it's looking pretty. So now we've got our Brazil nuts, pumpkin seeds, pecan seeds. We're going to put in chia next. So chia is great. If you're an athlete, do not underestimate chia seeds, you guys. This is awesome to help with hydration. It's really great for our marathon runners to help you, to help fuel your run. So just dump those in, you guys. A little bit of chia. Now we're going to do some flax seed. Now here's what's great about flax seed. Flaxseed is healthy in omega-3 linolenic acid. Same thing that salmon has, but this is a vegan source of omega-3s. Just dump that in, and when you put that flaxseed in, you're helping to beat inflammation so that you have better energy too. All right, and it improves your health as well. So we just dump that in. Now, a footnote on your seeds. These seeds and nuts should be kept in the freezer because they will go rancid just like oils, because they do have natural oils, natural healthy fats. So make sure you keep this in the freezer or refrigerator. Okay, so we've got our flax seeds, we've got our chia. Now we're gonna add a little bit of sweet, okay? So we're gonna add some cinnamon. Now, here's the great thing about cinnamon, about a teaspoon of that. when we add cinnamon, you're actually adding natural sweetness. We don't think about cinnamon as having sweetness, and yet it does. And the other great thing about cinnamon is ounce for ounce, you've heard me say it before, it is high in antioxidants to help combat oxidative stress and to help prevent aging. And who doesn't want that? So there we've got our cinnamon. All right, so we're adding on layers of a little bit of sweetness. Now here's where the great flavor comes in too, is we're gonna add some cherries. So these are dried cherries that I get in Michigan. I buy them in bulk every year. I also order them online. But you could also use raisins, so just use whatever you have on hand. Now the dried raisins are a little big, so I like to chop them so that we can get a little bit of bite in each of our spoonfuls of granola. So just take your knife, and honestly, if you don't have a great chef's knife, you need to have one. It makes fast work in the kitchen. So we're simply chopping those dried cherries, and then we're gonna dump them in. And you don't have to chop them. I mean, honestly, you could just put them in as is, but when you do, you're gonna also help spread out a little bit of that sweetness. So we're not putting any refined processed sugars like you're getting in the granola at the grocery store. You are getting nothing but all natural here. And ideally you're buying cherries that do not have sugar on them, because many of our dried fruits actually are coated in sugar too. So just be careful on that one. Okay, next we're gonna add just a little bit of coconut, not much, but just a little bit of unsweetened, shredded, organic coconut, so that it, again, gives just a little bit of sweet taste to that. And there we go, and look how pretty it's looking. I mean, this is a beautiful fall granola. The cherries have hints of the summer, but again, you could use raisins, you could use golden raisins, you use what fruit you have. All right, and there we go. So now we're just gonna finish this off with a little bit of maple syrup. Now you don't have to use that, but here's what I like about the maple syrup. It's a more natural sweetness. I'm only gonna put about a tablespoon in. You could put 2, but I'm gonna stick with just 1 because I don't really like it to be too sweet. And I like to keep those insulin levels down. So insulin is your fat storage hormone, you guys. When you have chronically elevated insulin levels, that triggers your body to store fat. So we want to keep our insulin low. All right, also the maple syrup is going to help bind it together, because we're going to bake this in a 180 oven for about 30 minutes until it sticks and makes a nice granola. And by the way, this is what it looks like when it's done. So it's a beautiful cherry almond granola, perfect for fall, perfect to put out for a buffet when you have your guests or your family coming for the holidays. So it's starting to come together, and you can see how it starts to stick, which is beautiful. Now we're going to put in just a little bit of coconut oil. Now, if you live in Florida like I do, it's not going to be really hardened. If you live in a cold weather environment, it probably will be. But here's the coconut oil, and you can always just melt that a little bit if you need to, but it really breaks apart nicely and melts in the granola itself. So again, just about a tablespoon. You can add a little bit more. I don't really think it needs that, because you've got the natural healthy fats from the nuts and seeds. And see how it's starting to stick. So that's what we want, because we're gonna bake it and it's gonna get crunchy and yummy, but it's got all of those nuts and seeds to help with the hormones, help with inflammation, to give you energy and better sleep. So flaxseed is high in omega-3. It supports also estrogen levels for our mamas who have too much estrogen from environmental toxins and from the foods that we eat. That's going to help to decrease those estrogen levels. Your pumpkin seeds are going to help support iron and zinc for immunity, also for better energy. Pumpkin seeds are rich in magnesium too, which is great for heart health. So who doesn't want that? And unbelievably, our pumpkin seeds are high in plant-based protein. So when you're adding pumpkin seeds, or you're putting pumpkin seeds out for your kids to snack on, you're giving them a healthy, easy way to boost their protein levels, and yours too. And you get better sleep with those pumpkin seeds too. Okay, and the Brazil nuts, of course, are highest in selenium, which helps with your thyroid hormone. And what we know from the research is that when you have a balanced hormone, the thyroid hormone, you have better weight loss, and you're gonna also feel a lot healthier too. So we want that selenium in there. It's a little harder to get. So all it takes is 1 Brazil nut a day, you guys. How awesome is that? Okay, last thing we're gonna do here before we put this in the oven is we're gonna put the secret ingredient. Now you could use vanilla extract, you could use almond extract. I love the hints of almond, especially with the cherry. It gives it such a beautiful palette. So here is what we're gonna do, is we're gonna put in just about a 1/2 teaspoon. Again, the full recipe will be in this week's Health Made Easy newsletter. Make sure you're on that mailing list. I will drop the link down below so you can get on that list, and the recipe will be in my newsletter. And here you go. So this is what it looks like. It's beautiful. It has fall colors. It's got fall taste too. And it goes really nicely at a buffet table. All you're gonna do is just put it out with some yogurt. Put it out with some Greek yogurt, and you're giving your guests, your family, a wonderful way to boost their protein, boost their health. They don't even know it, which is awesome. So it is truly Health Made Easy. I mean, we don't have to get all complicated. It's just easy upgrades every day, you guys. All right, so put it on your sheet pan that you've lined with a little bit of foil. Spread it out so that it can get crispy. Not too crispy, keep your eye on it. You're gonna, every couple minutes, about every 10 minutes or so, you're just gonna stir it around and let that just bake at a 180 oven. And what you're gonna have is a crispy, not too crunchy, but it's gonna have a little bit of crunch to it, like granola should. And it's so good. So this is yummy to snack on. This is great for an afternoon snack. You could even just take a little handful with you to go to Caroline. So how perfect is that? All right, so if you love this recipe, let me know. Drop me a comment below. Do you plan to make my cherry almond granola? I hope that you will. I also am hoping you're on that newsletter, so I will put that link below. Please comment, share, like my cherry almond homemade granola. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great week.